How's that? Can you hear me now? How you doing, Pam? Jeanne Robillard. I'm a Bethlehem survivor. I've been coming to these hearings for most of my adult life. I remember Nina Webb when she was just this high, coming to meetings with her parents. And if the DES approves this wetland permit, apparently I will be coming to meetings until I die. And Nina is grown and has children of her own. And we will all be meeting here. I moved from Bethlehem. I moved to Whitefield, to Burns Pond. I went from the frying pan resident of frickin' fire. Because in my head, it never occurred to me that the DES would even entertain a landfill in such an absurd location. So, as we know, the watershed of Forest Lake is interconnected with the watershed of Burns Pond, where I live and where I drink for my well. And the water from Forest Lake percolates down through the aquifers, the streams, the rivers, the wetlands, and ends up in Burns Pond. I lived there with 2 cats. I also, on the lake, live with our own pair of loons. They're not nesting yet, but I'm hopeful. I have 2 otters that have a den on my property. I am very proud of that. 4 muskrats. Flocks of migratory buffleheads. There's nothing like walking out my porch in the morning and seeing 30 bufflehead ducks on that lake. It is absolutely spectacular. I would recommend it. I have 1 mink. I have a turkey that has conversations with my plastic pink flamingo. Don't ask me what they're saying. I'm not sure, but he hangs out. And I have 1 very large snapping turtle that has laid eggs on my property. On my property, I also have jack in the pulpits. I have trillium. It is an absolutely spectacular place, and I'm thankful every day that I get to be the steward of this fantastic piece of land. So, in March, I just moved here, and in March I got this letter from the town of Whitefield, the water department, and it says, in part, the Whitefield water system participates in a program with the New Hampshire Department of Environmental Services that requires the water supplier to implement a source protection program to prevent drinking water sources from becoming contaminated. Once a source becomes contaminated, it is very costly and sometimes impossible to correct. Therefore, I am writing to you because your property is located in the source water protection area for this water system as delineated by the DES. The SWPA in the area from which water is the area from which water and any contaminants are likely to flow to the water system's well or surface water source. Because your property is within the source water protection area for a public water system, activities on your property that affect groundwater can also affect the public water supply. And I got this nifty pamphlet to go with it. Do you recognize it? It's from you. It's from the Water Resources Department, and it says, got clean drinking water? It's up to you. Well, I beg to differ. Tonight, it is up to you. It is up to you. And how you choose to look at this project. I'm not an environmental engineer, and so I'm not going to stand here and tell you geological facts and hydro whatever that you should already know about this project. And you already know that this watershed is a source water protection area because you, the DES, have delineated as such. I know these facts because you told me. And I'm here today to remind you of that. I am also here to remind you not of your mission, but of the DES's environmental equity policy, which, paraphrasing, is basically no one community should have to bear the burden of adverse environmental impacts in perpetuity. And I don't know how many Casella landfills will the White Mountains region have to bear? Personally, I think 1 is more than enough.
Amen.
So, as I said, I'm not not an environmental engineer, but I also don't think it takes a degree in environmental science to know that a landfill in this location is a bad idea. Really bad. Like, you couldn't have even picked a dart on the border of New Hampshire and picked the worst spot. And if the DES is so concerned about what the heck I'm doing on my property, like, you know, fertilizer, etc., that I'm going to contaminate the watershed, you should be utterly horrified by this project and what it's going to do to the watershed. I think it's going to be far worse than what anything I could do. And I also I just at 5, okay. I also, I just can't conceive of the fact that you're even entertaining this project. To me, denying the permit would be a no-brainer. No-brainer. I also want to point out that this week, in the July edition of Business New Hampshire, very popular magazine, the New Hampshire Division of Travel and Tourism 2020 Fall Advertising Effectiveness Research came up with some insights into where people are traveling. And I know we say, oh, our tourist economy, and you know, I don't think you folks in Concord really believe us when we say that. But guess what? According to the New Hampshire Division of Travel and Tourism, guess where people are going? Is it the seacoast? Nope. Only 15% go there. The Lakes region, very popular, but only 30%.
You need to please start wrapping up.
Do you know where they're coming? They're coming to the White Mountains. 47% of the tourists are coming to the White Mountains. You need to do your job, please. Deny this permit. Thank you.